It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazawey. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, let's talk some sports. That's right. It is Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
What's up, my friend? How you doing?
You, baby. I'm doing good today. I'm doing real good today.
I bet I know why.
Why?
It wouldn't have to do a little something with an interview that you had earlier.
Dude, let me tell you something. One of the great parts about this job is the people that you get to talk to. You know, you just sitting here rubbing elbows with Braylon Edwards and Tom Mazawey. How you doing, Maz, by the way?
Hey, guys. Good to be here. Welcome back, Bray.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
But earlier today on Fox, I got to interview Barry Sanders today. And for a kid growing up, Barry Sanders is like the number one athlete I think we have ever had here in the city of Detroit.
Facts.
You know, just probably the best athlete, regardless of sport, that we have had here in Detroit. And to get an opportunity to speak with Barry today, and it was a great, I thought it was great. He was great. I was great.
Of course you were. You got back sometimes,
it was just very exciting. There's very few people that you talk to over the course of 22 years in the business where you still get a little butterflies and your hand shakes a little bit like that. You know, when you're on the, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was cool to talk to him, man. It was great.
Yeah, Barry's. I mean, like you said, he's the best athlete in Detroit professional sports history, and I mean, he had one championship. We would consider him the GOAT. Yeah, obviously with Iserman having 4 cups. You know what I'm saying, and being Captain Iserman, but. Barry was that dude, man. Let me ask you this, though. When you're approaching an interview like that, because obviously you knew about it a couple of days before, maybe a week or month before, like what's your thought? What's your preparation process? How do you go about asking the questions? How does that work?
It's a good question. Well, it's a process because he's there to talk about The Perfect 10, which is a new documentary on Fox. It's coming. So there's 10 men who have won both a Heisman Trophy and are inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So the premise of this documentary is that 7 of the 10 get together and they talk about old stories and
I can name most of them.
Reminisce. You can name all of them?
I'll let you finish the story and I'll try.
Okay, we'll try.
All right.
But so I know that's why he's there. So I'm obviously doing my homework on those 7 men that are in that room. And then I'm going to ask him a Lions question and a Super Bowl question. You got him for 4 or 5 minutes. So it's not like you can sit there and have a 20-minute conversation with him. But, I had about 8 things I wanted to talk to him about. I got 4 in, and I felt pretty good about it.
That's good, man. Because as I'm getting older, man, messing with you two guys, you guys are always talking about the analysts, or you're not talking about the color guy. You're talking about the announcer, that's where I was looking for. Or you're talking about the guys asking the questions. I saw a pretty good interview. I think Michael Wilbon did a good job with the LeBron.
I thought so, too.
The sit down. So now I'm more intrigued into the interview process, knowing how not to ask. Like we talk about all the time, hey, wait sometimes, be patient. Don't come in with a bunch of questions. Let the interview dictate itself. So that was good to see, man. I'm excited.
I am always, a big believer, and you go in with 2 main parts that you want to ask. And then everything else is a question based on an answer. It's just a conversation. I think the person that is the best interviewer now is Drew Lane. Drew Lane from the Drew and Mike Show. There is nobody that will, if you listen to an interview that he will do, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it, Matt. It's like
just comfort.
It's just a conversation that just gets right into it. And almost every question is not even a question. It's just a couple of guys talking.
And a follow-up to whatever the person is saying.
It's always the follow-up.
Yeah.
It's always the follow-up. So, you go in with some bullet points, especially on a Zoom, and you go from there. But it was really exciting. I guess to start off the show, is there anybody that you would talk to right now that would make you have a few butterflies in your stomach? Because we're around these guys a lot. I mean, even right now, if you would have told me, 25 years ago that I was going to be talking, sitting with Braylon Edwards every day, I'd tell you you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, so just an example. Or heaven forbid, in 1997, when all of my buddies went downtown to watch the Red Wings game in 1997 in the clincher against the Philadelphia Flyers, if you told me that I was going to have the benefit to see Darren McCarty every day, I'd have told you were freaking nuts. So, long way to get to. There's very few people around right now that give you those butterflies. Barry Sanders was one of those guys. Do you have one that comes to mind? If you saw so-and-so, you'd have a different feeling.
If I go back to the day, and it was Howard Cosell.
Yeah, but you can't say that. I'm talking
It's got to
about
be
now.
someone right now?
Yeah, right now. Is there any? What about Derek Jeter? You'd be in awe of Jeter a little bit,
right?
There you go. That's what I thought.
You hit it on the head.
Yeah, you'd be in awe a bit of Derek Jeter.
I'd be like, up.
Exactly.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
You hit it on the head on that one.
It's tough, and not to be that guy, but just being around in the sport since my dad was playing ball and I was born, and being around Michigan, being around the Oilers, being around, and then playing in the league too. I've had a lot of access. I was in Cleveland 5 years with LeBron.
Right.
We used to be at the restaurant all the time, like XO Steakhouse. So it's tough.
Here's one I would have guessed that you would say, and you can correct me or not.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You're 2 for 2 right now.
Yeah,
you're 2 for 2 right now.
There's just those people.
Yeah.
Because they got to be up
Damn
here.
good
You know
one.
what I mean? They can't just. I don't know, minimize what anybody's done, but you just can't be a regular guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't just be a regular guy. You got to be the creme de la creme.
Let me tell you how you hit the nail on the head. Is one, you're correct, because I haven't had access to Tiger. Like Tiger's probably like the one that I've never come in contact with. I've been at an event that he's been at, but didn't get anywhere near close. That's the only one. So I was just talking to a friend yesterday, and we were talking about that the best Tiger shot ever. Now, there's too many to say what the best was. But that doggone shot he hit,
Right?
I think it was number 12 at the Masters, when he chipped in from about 45 feet, chipped over the sand, it rolls down, catches, and then comes back down. And then you're like, wait, what did he just do? And then this one he steals with Nike. And got the Nike logo starting to roll, and it stops and drops in. I said, bro, that was the best, dopest free commercial for Nike that they ever had.
You know, one of the things, too, about what I do at Fox 2 and what I do here, see, when you interview somebody on television, I mean, look, I got 4 minutes with Barry.
Yep.
I think I extended it to 5. Now, Mass and I are trying to get that same contact at Fox to put him here, give us Barry here.
Yeah.
And then you can really get in depth. That's how a conversation
Absolutely.
is done. I mean, these TV interviews are great and everything, and it was a big thrill for me to share the screen and have a side-by-side Ryan Ermanni, Barry Sanders. Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
I mean, I'm going to remember that one
That's
for
a
a
keeper.
long time. That's a keeper. I took a picture of it on my phone. I'm a dork like that. But, I mean, you really want to have a conversation with somebody. You get them in here.
Yeah.
You talk to them here at Woodward Sports, because this is the format that allows you to go a little bit deeper. This is the format that allows all those conversations to take place. And really, that's one of the reasons why I'm here, because of the elongated format that we're allotted here for what we do at Woodward Sports. I mean, this is fun sports conversations, and I think we're doing a lot of fun stuff here.
I reached out to that woman.
I know.
The Perfect 10 coming up on Fox around the Super Bowl. It's the 10 Heisman Trophy winners that are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And
Side note, I got 7.
Oh, you
Okay,
got
wait.
7? That's good.
Hold on.
I came up with 7.
That's
Okay.
good.
That fast.
And I told her, hey, we would love to talk to any one of those guys or all 10 of those great athletes.
All
right
right,
here.
I got 8.
Okay, wait. Let me see here, because I know you got one of them.
So technically I have 8, but I have 7 because you gave me one.
Okay.
So Roger Staubach.
Yep.
Jim Plunkett.
Yep.
No. Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett. Hold on. Keep going.
Tony Dorsett, Marcus Allen, O.J. Simpson, Charles Woodson, Barry Sanders, and dang, I just
you're gonna die when you know when this name. Think of your dad's old team.
Earl Campbell.
Yep.
Earl Campbell. Dang. Because obviously you got, if it's Heisman winners, you're thinking obviously running back or quarterback. So then it's got to be.
You got number 2, right?
Did he say?
Did you say number 2?
No, he did not say number 2 yet.
Oh no, he's on the list though. Charles.
Yeah,
he's on. I wrote
okay.
Charles. I mean, I've said it. Yeah. Somebody with a T. I start writing T and start talking.
TB.
Yes, that's what I was about to write. Heisman Trophy with Tim Brown.
Tim Brown.
That's the one
Tim
I was
Brown.
starting to write, and then I said, oh, by the way, I got a couple. Tim Brown was the one I couldn't think of.
I tell you, he
Marcus
would escape
Allen.
I said Marcus Allen.
Oh,
I
man.
love Marcus Allen.
So here it is: Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, Earl Campbell, Tony Dorsett, Barry Sanders, Roger Staubach, Charles Woodson, O.J. Simpson, and
It's not bad.
And I believe was it Doak Walker?
Why did I think Jim Plunkett for some reason?
Could be Jim.
That's
Plunkett.
good.
I don't know.
He didn't make the Hall of Fame.
He didn't?
But he's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yes.
Okay.
Not Jim Plunkett.
But he won
Doak
2
Walker.
Super Bowls.
Gotcha. He definitely did that.
Yeah.
You know what though? One question I wanted to ask Barry Sanders that I didn't. Was there any?
I got another one.
Was there any consideration of inviting O.J. Simpson?
Oh.
Because he's the one living member that was not there.
I wonder why.
I mean, I'm just. Was there any?
Here's a.
And I don't know how you feel about that.
I think he should have been there.
I got an O.J. Simpson story for you. So this is in Cleveland. Jim Brown is basically on staff when I was the Cleveland Browns. He's kind of like a go-between person for the players and ownership. So he can tell them what we're thinking, and then he can tell us what they're thinking. I mean, it didn't work like that, but so we just randomly, I'm sitting in the office talking to Jim Brown. It's maybe like my second year with the Browns, and we started talking about great running backs. And I brought up OJ. Yeah, I brought up OJ. Oh man, he hates OJ. Like he hates everything about OJ. Like he just like went on a tangent, and he was obviously mad about the situation. That's another reason. But it was some other stuff stemming. Fast forward, 07 Super Bowl is in Miami. This is when Peyton wins. I'm out there. We eating at Prime 112. I'm meeting Jim Brown, a couple people from Cleveland. I had a couple people with me, and we walk in, and they sit us right next to you know who, O.J. Simpson. We're sitting at the table. Like this is when he moved to Miami and started he was rapping and acting like a homeless man. Like he was crazy wilding. But we're sitting down. Jim sees OJ and leaves the restaurant. And then OJ is like, "Come on, Jim." And then I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, do I say hi to OJ or do I walk out with Jim? The steak was great. I will tell you that.
I would ask OJ. I would have been like, "Did you kill Bill Walsh?"
Did you kill Bill Walsh? those calls when he took that interview.
I couldn't believe it. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh.
How about why does Jim hate OJ?
Might have to do with murdering 2 people allegedly.
I don't know about that.
I think it's
gotta
more,
be something else.
I think it's part of that, but I think it's also, what did OJ say? What is OJ famous for saying? Jay-Z brought this back. I'm not black. I'm OJ. You're talking about a guy in Jim Brown who, at the time, obviously, his civil rights activism that he did, lobbying on behalf of Muhammad Ali and the coalition. Like, he's looking at that, and he's looking at OJ, I guess, to be that guy. And OJ was like, nah, man, I'm about to cheese and the golf courses. And so I think that might be another reason.
WoodwardSports.com chat, Mike G says, "Hey, Bray, how is OJ using the steak knife?"
You know what?
And with that, we're going to take a break.
Thanks for getting me off the hook,
man. We'll take a break. Come right back when we do, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, we've got a big show for you today. We're going to talk to Matt Miller. ESPN's 2-round mock draft is out, so we'll talk to him about that. We'll talk to him about that tomorrow. We're going to talk to him about that tomorrow.
That was a good plug, though.
We are going to talk about that draft today, but we'll talk to him about it tomorrow. Eagles and Chiefs, something that happened at the Super Bowl yesterday, and I've got a theory as well. Lots to get to. Ja Morant in the news. Shannon Sharp going at him. Want to get Bray's take on that. Big show for you today, but first a message from Custom Health Centers. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I look good today, don't I? And I got Custom Health Centers to thank for that. Absolutely. Custom Health Centers takes the willpower out of weight loss. Not will call. You can't get your tickets that way. It takes the willpower out of weight loss. Whether it's 20 pounds, 120 pounds, Custom Health Centers has the program just for you. Personalized to what your body needs to drop that weight. Call them today. 844-789-THIN. 844-789-THIN. Call them right now. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big Super Party. Wait, we can't say Super. We really can't say come join us at our Super Party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports Super Party. Well, our Super Party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Matrix Home Solutions is your go-to for any home project. Looking for that new man cave? Well, Matrix has you covered. They are your basement remodel experts that also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens as well. With an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau, why not give them a try? Call them today at 888-594-8844, or you can always check them out online at matrixhomesolutions.com.
Hey, for those of you watching on our website, woodwardsports.com, you may have noticed a bit of a facelift. We're really proud of that. You can check out the latest scores, fresh articles, and of course, home to watch all of our live shows that will automatically populate during the live hours, 8 to 10, 11 to 1, 2 to 4, and of course, the heavyweights at 5 to 7. Lots of awesome additions and updates continuing to come. You can check that out, woodwardsports.com. We appreciate everybody in the woodwardsports.com chat. We love you. We appreciate you as well.
Hey, I'm glad Joey 2 times is feeling better, too. Shout out to Joey 2 times. So, welcome back, Joey.
Joey 2 times. 2 times. Yeah. Hey, Bray, did you see the breaking news today?
Tom T texted me just now.
Breaking news, SummerSlam. The WWE SummerSlam is coming to Ford Field on August 5th. It's the first SummerSlam in Detroit since 1993. The first WWE event held at the not the Palace. That SummerSlam was held at the Palace. First WWE event held at Ford Field since WrestleMania 23 in 2007. We have a lot of things coming, man. It is so great. I don't want to go too crazy about it, but I did want to make mention of this. The news came out about less than an hour ago. SummerSlam is coming to Detroit. Just another big event in the city that this city has to showcase.
Extremely excited just to see the city continuously pick up events, major events. I wish this was about 5, 6, 7 years ago when I was really into all the wrestling events, but just to have it come to the city, just to want to come to the city. You know, the commission board, we got to get those guys on again. They've done a hell of a job of like really grinding out this thing, bringing some things here, doing interviews, trying to figure out what they can do to bring people to the city. So, I mean, when you start to see big events come to your city and start to see them more often and more often, that means your city's on the rise and people are doing some good things.
And Maz, we've seen this with the Detroit Sports Commission
They've done it again.
on a number of different issues and a number of different events that they have helped bring to our city.
Dave Bichnaw is on it again, as always. And congrats to the Detroit Sports Commission, Marty Doback and those guys. Dave Bichnaw, the president there. Just keep on bringing it. Keep asking, too. We want another Super Bowl here in Detroit. And I think eventually we're going to get another one. I do.
That'd be nice. Speaking of the Super Bowl, let's get to the Super Bowl, but just want to pivot to one of the bigger aspects of the Super Bowl, and that's the Super Bowl commercials. So earlier today at Fox as well, I had Mark Bernstein and Darren McCarty in studio. D-Mac is going to be with Barry Sanders, Kirk Gibson, and Rick Mahorn in a Sam Bernstein Super Bowl commercial. Now, I have seen the Super Bowl commercial. It is on his website. The first time I watched the commercial, I laughed out loud. Yeah. I thought it was a good commercial.
Yeah.
But all of these commercials now that you see before the actual Super Bowl, do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Maz, you and I watched a Breaking Bad Super Bowl. We're huge Breaking Bad fans. There is a Walter White and Jesse Pinkman Super Bowl commercial. Now that I've seen it, I'm probably not going to be as excited about it when it actually airs during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you will.
You think so?
Yes, you will. I know I will. I just can't get enough of it. I mean, first of all, it's a phenomenal commercial. But I prefer being surprised on Super Bowl day. All these leaks, everything is, let's face it, everything is leaked nowadays. Remember the NBA draft a couple of years ago? We knew every damn pick like 5 minutes before the team was up.
Yeah,
and they finally put a rule in. Hey, what's his name?
Silver? Adam Silver?
No, Adam Silver told the big guy, Woj. Hey, Woj.
Chill out.
Chill. All right? Don't ruin the TV show. Same thing for Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport and all of those dudes
Daniel
for NFL. Daniel Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Shut up. Let me enjoy the show. If you got a leak about maybe a possible trade coming up, tell me that. Wet my whistle. Don't blow it all. But Ryan, I'm with you. I'd rather just see them all organically on that day.
Side note, Adam Schefter, he's got to stop acting like he has breaking news when he's saying things that somebody already has let us know is going to happen.
Well, he likes to prove that it's his breaking news as well.
Yeah, I think more so with this, and I think the reason why they're leaking commercial information now is because back in the day when you watched the Super Bowl, Maz, I know you still watch from start to finish. You probably watch the pregame
and watch it again.
But true, and and that's cool. I watch. But I think now commercials haven't been as good. Like there hasn't been a Super Bowl where there has been consistent good commercials from start to finish since the Bud Bowl.
Totally agree with you.
Back in the day, and I think people aren't watching these commercials. Like now when commercials happen, like you watch the game and you're watching, they go to commercial break. I'm going to get wings, nachos. I'm listening to music. We're talking about it. We're conversating. You're at a Super Bowl party, if you will. Nobody's watching the commercials, so they want to make sure you see them, and that's why I think they're coming out.
I think people still watch the commercials, but people have been less than in awe of what they have seen over the years in the commercials. I mean, gone are the days of the Clydesdales or the what's
the frogs.
How about before that? It was John Madden coming out of
the Bud Light,
Miller Lite, Rodney Dangerfield. The greatest commercial ever was the NFL's 100-year anniversary.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
When they were all at that dinner. Remember?
That was pretty good.
To me, that's the greatest commercial of all time.
I've seen that a million times. I love that. That was NFL 100. That commercial, it's the best thing.
Timeless.
See, these people know what they're doing, though. Fletch, put this up about the prices. When a 30-second Super Bowl ad, some of these ads, depending upon where they are in the game, are selling for more than $7 million in a 30-second period of time.
Yeah.
So if you are spending that kind of money, you know what you'd like to do? Have it air more than one time.
Correct.
And I think when you're talking about whether it's the Breaking Bad commercial, whether it's the Sam Bernstein commercial, one of the reasons why you put these commercials out here like this is, you may not have that same organic reaction during the Super Bowl, but we're sitting here talking about it.
Yeah.
Many other people are sitting there talking about it. You're getting clicks on it. So instead of, if you're paying $7 million, now locally, I don't think it's that much. I know it's not that much, but the national commercials are. But there's a few local spots without, we have 2 local Fox 2 commercials. You'll see me.
I've been seeing you.
You'll see
the
me.
Super Bowl preview stuff.
Yeah, the Super Bowl preview stuff. You'll
Can I get an autograph?
Yeah, right. But I mean, it'll be like a split second.
You were on during bowling last week.
There you go. So it's one of those things.
That commercial wasn't $7 million.
Yeah, right. But you get people talking about it.
Let me remind you guys of something. I'm going to take you back to 1995. I know it's a ways back. If I just give you a word, can you tell me the commercial? Because this is all they did in the commercial. Hi. H-I.
That's Apple computer.
No.
1995.
AOL?
No, it was a car commercial for the Plymouth Dodge Neon.
Really?
Remember the Neon when the Neon
I remember the
came
Dodge
out?
Neon. Yeah.
All they did is say hi.
Really?
That was the whole commercial.
Yeah.
And then each week they would do another portion of it. It was one of the biggest rollouts for Chrysler Corporation back in the day. I remember because I was selling that car back then. I was driving a Neon, a Plymouth or Dodge Neon, whatever brand it was. But yeah, that's it. Hi. And it was a very expensive commercial, but a very quick.
It got to the point
commercial.
It got to the point. I gotta go back and check it out. I can honestly. I probably once I see one, I'm gonna get taken back there. But I can honestly.
Sometimes they put those shows out that they show you the best commercials of the Super Bowl. I'm sure they'll replay one here in the next few days. It's good to hop on.
Part of these commercials too, and I hate to take it here, but nobody takes risks anymore. Nobody's taking a risk. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared of offending somebody or something like that. So there's no more risks. And that's part of it.
I wish I never see, for the future, I wish I would never see another prescription ad. Because that's all, is it not 75% prescriptions on TV? Like Ozempic and...
We're
not during Super Bowl, though. Like that, but like on regular day, oh man, that's from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Every commercial is trying to cure you of something while giving you something else.
Everything.
Guys, speaking of the Super Bowl, we are 5 days away from the Chiefs and the Eagles, Super Bowl 57. We'll talk about that. Had an event last night, Super Bowl opening night, which was new. I want to see if you guys liked it, what you liked, what you didn't like about it. And I got here's the problem that I had with it. I'll let you guys know that next. But first, a message from Fairway Packing Company, one of my favorite places on earth, and it will be for a very long time. Looking for a way to elevate your dinner? Choose Fairway Packing Company, family owned and operated since 1956. You can try the Burrata Blend burgers, award-winning Chop House steaks, or impress your friends with a dry-aged Wagyu tomahawk steak. See why the top chefs in the country choose Fairway. Visit their steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods or order online. Ship anywhere. Visit fairwaypacking.com. Fairwaypacking.com. Sourced, cut, aged, packed to perfection.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
At Swiss, excuse me, that's on me, drop the ball on that one. Be sure to check out Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Many businesses choose a 1-to-1 effective date. Give Mark a shot, I promise you. You won't be disappointed. Check out Mark at Swiss Insurance Group.
Guys, so last night, Super Bowl opening night, and it was before a packed house in Arizona, and it was new. It was, I saw Jay Glazer, I saw Michael Irvin, Sal Palantonio. I mean, you had reporters from all of the networks on stage, and basically, they were doing interviews with all of the players together.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce and their mom.
Bought him some cookies.
It brought him some cookies. You saw Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts sitting next to each other. Brandon Graham and the defensive tackle for Kansas City, Chris Jones. Sitting next to each other. And you saw Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, or Andy Reid and Nick Sirianni standing next to each other. And I got to tell you, it felt, minus the animosity, like a WWE show. The only thing that was missing was Mean Gene Okerlund. I swear, like,
what do you mean?
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
What we have done to the Super Bowl.
They vanilla-ized it.
It is completely not even about the football game anymore.
It's all kumbaya.
It is, and it. Look, I don't mean to be like the old guy that says, "Get off my lawn."
Yeah.
But there are some things that you just shouldn't mess with, and the integrity of the Super Bowl is one of those. And I think part of a Super Bowl has to be respect, sure, but some animosity, man. You can't have these guys holding hands next to each other. Oh, man, what a great player you are. No, you're a great player. No, you're so awesome. No, you're so awesome. I want guys kind of in the corner of their locker talking junk about that guy, and you're just not going to do it when you're standing next to the guy. Like I said, Mean Gene Okerlund was the only thing that was missing last night. As the WWE, I feel like, continues to influence this NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge business, sports entertainment. You know, that keeps coming up. We talked about it last week when we were commenting on people talking about rigged NFL being rigged. We were talking about Arian Foster, rigged. WWE, that kind of goes hand in hand, but I don't like it. I'll tell you a story. I was in the Rose Bowl 2 years in a row. My senior year, right before the Rose Bowl, went out there for the Home Depot Awards, All-American situation, Walter Camp, and I met Vince Young for the first time. Met Cedric Benson, rest in peace. I met Derek Johnson. So I met Mac Brown. I met the Texans. So we got cool, developed a relationship. Oh man, cool. Can't wait to play against you guys. Respect. Then went about my business. One day when we were out there, their hotel was close to ours. And this is where we're getting ready to play. We're getting ready to play Texas. And I hit up Vince like, yo, what's up, man? What y'all got going on? He said, man, we just at the hotel just playing the game. So I said, well, I'm down the street. I'm going to come over. So I brought Dave Underwood, my friend from TCU. Shout out to Dave. And we went over there because Dave's from Texas. We're hanging out and we're just talking to those guys are cool. Selvin Young, the whole 9 yards. Me and VY sitting up there, beat me in Madden, whatever. And then I leave. All my teammates were mad that I went. Mm-hmm. Like, all my teammates were mad. They were like, what the F you doing? I was like, we ain't come here for that. Yeah. He said, man, like, we here to destroy them. Like, you over there fraternizing with the enemy. Like, and it hit me. I was like, they're absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. I was mad at myself. I was like, damn, I knew we lose. I mean, I had 3 touchdowns, but I got it then, and I feel the same way. Like, when you're watching the Cowboys and the Bills, like, they hated each other. Yeah. Like, the Bills especially hated the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. You keep beating us. Like, they hated them. Like, it's rivalry. It's like, look, when I see you on Sunday, I want to beat you. I don't want to have friends and all this other stuff, but I want to beat you. And I'm not saying it can't be that way, but when you're watching the Kumbaya moment, when you're watching them on stage, it's just like, these guys are sitting with each other and kicking with it it reminds me of the NBA. I feel like the NFL is going the way of the NBA. Like, and I'm not blaming LeBron James, although
you're blaming LeBron James.
Bro, all that being friends, all that getting drafted with Carmelo and
Dwayne Wade
and Dwayne Wade and Bosh and being friends and, hey, you come play with me and I'll come play with you and hey, I'll come do this.
It's all
we'll come, you'll be in my movie and you know what I'm saying, I'll put you on my, like, all of that is integrated into basketball now. Like, guys are talking during games, they're kicking it, they're having conversations, guys are like celebrating. When you see another cat, like let's say Justin Jefferson catches a touchdown against the Miami Dolphins, Tariq Hill, like, that was cold. Like, what are we doing?
You know, it almost felt like last night, too, was to use another WWE reference. It was almost like the night that Hacksaw Jim Duggan was pulled over in the car
and got caught
with the Iron Sheik.
Yeah. After the bar fight.
And the story was up. You know, this was, how could Hacksaw Jim Duggan be driving in the same car as the Iron Sheik? You know, last night, seeing Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts sit next to each other, or again, Chris Jones and Brandon Graham sit next to each other, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Nick Sirianni. I don't want to see Mr. Fuji and Bobby Heenan. You know what I mean? I just don't want to see it.
Media Day used to be the AFC would have the daytime and the NFC would have the nighttime.
Yep.
They used to have their own day. Then they moved it to the same day but different times. And now they're just putting it all together, which I guess kind of is easier for the media covering it, but like you said, it's too fake. It's too kumbaya. It's like, you're all invited to the kid's birthday party. Forget that.
You get conflicted thoughts as you're watching as a fan.
No wonder we can't get a rooting interest.
Imagine being an Eagles fan. You know how that fan base is. They're like, what's going on? Like,
I don't want to like that guy.
No. And don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that I've never gone out with players before the night of the game. Yes, during the regular season, it's very customary for, cats come in town or you go into town and let's say we go to Baltimore. I hit up Ed. Yo, what's up, man? Let's go grab dinner. It's regular season. It's different. You can separate. We're not out in the public per se. But Super Bowl, playoffs, stuff like that, nah, there's no time for it.
I mean, there's so many things that I just feel like, that is being ruined in sports. And this is one of them. Like, I think that there should be some separation during the Super Bowl at least. You want to be on the field and hugging and kissing each other after the game, fine. I got no problem with it. But during the week, I'd like to see a couple of haymakers be lobbed off each side. I think you've got more of a storyline if there are a couple of haymakers tossed around a little bit than when the guy said, this guy, respect him so much, Nick Sirianni, what he's done in 2 years. Oh, Andy Reid, man, he's God's gift of coaching. Come on.
Do you remember when I think this was Miami played Florida for the national championship, and they played in the Sugar Bowl, and it was down in obviously New Orleans. They got into 2 brawls. They had to separate them the whole 10 days of those. They had to separate them. You know what that did to you as a Miami fan or a Florida fan? You couldn't wait to watch the game on Monday because you're like, hell yeah, we're going to get them today, et cetera, et cetera. Remember, even the Patriots and the Bears got into a little bit of a almost fisticuff scuffle. Patriots didn't want that problem, but they almost got into something. So then when you watch the Bears kick the hell out of the Patriots, you're like, I should have been talking off at the bar. So, like, that made it great. It's like the rivalry. You set the story up. They're supposed to set you against, like, whatever you cheer for. Let's say you're a Philly fan. Their job as media leading up to the Super Bowl is to put you against that team for sure. It's to create the narrative that is us first them. Not kumbaya and all-inclusive.
Right.
I watched last night, me with my NFL films. First of all, they put all the Super Bowls on this past weekend on NFL Network. From number 1 to number 56.
It's incredible.
And my DVR records every single one of them because it does every year.
How have you not run out of space yet?
I erase.
Okay.
I got it down to 18 Super Bowls that I rewatch. So
I just want to get inside your head.
Last night, E60 was over the weekend. E60 is a good show.
Yeah.
And they did it on the 72 Dolphins, which is one of my favorite teams. They called it the Perfect Machine. Don Shula.
I watched that.
It was so good.
I watched it.
So good. And so much hate for each other, team-wise, against each day, each game. It ain't that way anymore. It really is a big difference in the games. And I know times change. But, yeah, as far as the kumbaya stuff and what you bring up on LeBron, one of the things I despise the most about him is the way I think he changed the league about, hey, let's come play together instead of playing against that team. Like the Pistons hated the Bulls, the Pistons hated the Celtics.
Michael Jordan would
the
never
Lakers
come play
and the
for
Celtics.
the
Can you imagine the Lakers and the Celtics hanging out on media day back in the 80s? What are you kidding? Without a switchblade? No way.
Yeah.
That's my sport.
And for as much crap as Tom Brady gets, Braylon, the one thing about Tom Brady, too, is like he hates his opponent. He respects his opponent, but he hates his opponent. I feel like that goes out the door now. I mean, this is another thing the NFL is losing. I want these guys to hate each other, at least a perceived hate. I know they don't, but...
Yeah, I agree with you, a perceptual hate.
Yeah.
Hey, look, like for us, we think they hate each other, but they really don't. Something like that. But they're too deep in. Side note matters to prove I saw that. I didn't know the story leading up to Super Bowl 72. Like the year before they had lost, they got blown out.
They got killed.
And then your boy, Morant. I didn't even know he played.
Yeah, he saved their season.
Exactly.
I
was watching.
And if you remember, the Baltimore Colts, when they lost to the Jets, I sent you guys a video of Super Bowl III.
You did.
Remember I told you how Earl Morrall was on the take?
Mm-hmm. You said on the show.
I showed it to you. I showed you the play that proved he was on the take. And what happens? Don Shula gives him another chance with the Dolphins. He takes them into the playoffs, undefeated, but then against the Steelers in the second half of the AFC Championship game, he takes Bob Greasy, who hasn't played in 10 weeks, and starts him in the second half of that game. and they beat the Steelers, and then they beat the Redskins in the Super Bowl.
I think Ermann-Ra was in his 17th season at the time.
He used to be a Lions quarterback. That's how far back Oral goes. The moral of that story is that Don Shula was not going to give Earl Morrall another shot in a Super Bowl. I'm telling you.
No, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but going back to what you said about the perception, like, they got to do something about it, and I don't know if it's too far gone, is it too late, or they're too knee deep in, like, what I'm saying, where everybody's friends and buddy, and let's do the panel, and I don't know, but it does have that feeling where you're like.
It's why we appreciate rivalries in sports so much. I mean, Michigan and Ohio State people hate each other.
Yeah.
Michigan State people hate each other. I still think, to a certain extent, Eagles and Giants fans hate each other. You know what I mean? There's a certain hatred and a certain respect that goes along with that. I think seeing Derek Jeter on the Fox broadcast of the World Series with David Ortiz not wanting to put on like a Red Sox hat or a Yankees hat the other way, that stuff is great. I mean, they can be playful, but they're not going to go that far. Seeing today's athletes just, oh man, give me your jersey. I want this. Oh man, you're awesome.
Facts.
Can I have your autograph? Oh, come on. I mean,
it is annoying. It is very annoying. It just brought up something else. Talking about this that happened last week that we didn't get a chance to really talk about. When Micah Parsons comes out on social media and say, "Hey, good job, big bro, Lane Johnson, go win one for the division." If I'm a Dallas Cowboy, I don't want to see the Eagles win.
Hate it.
Why am I on social media talking about, "Come on, big bro, Lane Johnson, let's go get one"? What? No. I would never be in Cleveland or be with the Jets and be like, "Hey, man, y'all beat us. Go ahead, Steelers. Bring it home." Or talk about the Dolphins. Bring it home. Never would be me.
Did you hear Sean Payton last night?
Oh, yeah, he shut that down quick.
Sean Payton, Denver head coach now. They asked him, are you rooting for Kansas City in the Super Bowl? He's like, no, I'm not rooting for a team in our division. I never want a team in our division to win anything.
That's great.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Dude, Denver's going to win the Super Bowl next year.
They might.
I mean, it could be Denver and the Lions. How about that? Wouldn't that be something for a Super Bowl?
I'll take it at $1.5 million to 1.
Dan Campbell versus Sean Payton. Teacher and protege. Oh, my gosh. Rocky and Mickey.
Put it out there right now.
I'm putting it out in the atmosphere.
Put it out there.
I like it.
Denver and Detroit.
Yeah.
What kind of number can you get on that right now?
I was a year too early.
$2 million
I picked Denver this year.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, he's going to clean house, man. We'll talk about that.
Absolutely. Guys, going to get to this mock draft pretty soon. It's an ESPN 2-round mock draft. Who are the Lions taking? There is a running back in the mix here. In the mix. It is a 2-round mock draft. We'll let you know where the running back is taken. But first, a message from SMA.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health as well as substance use disorder. Their podcast, This is the S Word. And the S Word stands for stigma because we're destigmatizing mental health as well as substance abuse. You have to check this podcast out. I'm telling you, it's a really good podcast. But also, the website, thesportsma.com. Sean Jordan does a great job of providing conversation. He also does a great job of providing information. They do a great job at SMA. If you or anybody need help, check them out. The Sports Market Agency.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
It's Maz for Cousins Maine Lobster and CousinsMaineLobster.com. We were lucky enough the other day when we were at Matrix Home Solutions grand opening in Plymouth that the lobster truck was there. That's right. They're out there, folks. You got to find them, and it's easy. Just click on that QR code right there next to my big old mug, and that will tell you exactly where they are today. You get to download their app and check out their website to find out exactly where those Cousins Maine Lobster trucks are going to be. Maybe you call them and get them to your favorite spot. I guarantee you the line will be around the block. Unbelievable food. You'll think you're in Maine, but you're right here in Detroit, USA. I told you about Lindsey Hunter. He did it again yesterday. Found him out in Northville, and back he went. He did. He's hooked on Cousins Maine Lobster. It is outstanding seafood, the freshest seafood in the area. You think, like I said, you'll think you're in New England, but no, you are right here in Detroit. CousinsMaineLobster.com.
Welcome back, Ermanni and Edwards on a beautiful Tuesday, hanging out, talking a little bit about lobster. Hey, can we talk about our sponsors for a second?
Please.
We went down there.
Always do that.
We went to Matrix on Friday. This is for the people in the chat. Our partnerships, you guys got to use our partnership like Ryan says every once in a while. Like if you want some lobster, or you want some lobster bisque, or you find where Lobster Main Street Truck is going to be, because they are amazing. But it's the people. It's how they are. They're great people. You look at Matrix Solution. Nate was amazing. Mm-hmm. Like Nate came on, talked with us. I stayed a little bit afterwards. I hung out with those guys. Tried to make that putt, almost, but no cigar on that. But just great guys. The people that were in there were great guys. Whether it's Guardian Alarm and Jason, like we really do partner with great brands and great people. So I say to you in the chat, if you're hungry, if you need security, if you need finished basements, etc., use the sponsors that we use, because we use them for a reason.
That's a great point, Braylon Edwards. Absolutely, we appreciate everybody here doing business with us on the network. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about mock drafts, and I've said yesterday, and Braylon, I'll let you respond to this. I've said yesterday that I have my beliefs on what I think the Lions should do in the draft, but because of the fact that I believe Brad Holmes, I'm so comfortable in his plan. I'm so comfortable in what Brad Holmes has done over the last couple of years in the draft. I have such conviction that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I am less interested in... I have less conviction in what I think the Lions should do, and much more in what he should do. Not that I don't...
You're comfortable whatever he does.
100%. 1,000%. If he wants to take a quarterback at 6, I'm good with it. If he wants to take a guard at 6, I'm good with it. Yeah, I mean, I assume he has a plan for it. Right. But whoever he wants to take in this draft, I'm kind of good with it. And that is why we looked at these mock drafts over the years. And this has been our holy grail. This has been our Super Bowl. We see a mock draft, and this is like our crack as Lions fans. Yeah. Oh, mock draft, mock draft. We know how to make the team better. No, we don't. No, we don't. I have less conviction about what I believe the Lions should do because of how much faith I have in Brad Holmes.
In this day and age, with all the information at our disposal, at our fingertips, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, whether it's ESPN, whether it's The Athlete, whether it's the 33rd team, The Athletic, the 33rd team, WoodwardSports.com, ESPN, this analyst, that analyst, this insider, that insider. There's so much information given that you change your mind all the time. You continuously change your mind, especially when your team doesn't have an owner or a GM that you feel is capable of drafting or picking the right player. So you're like, we should get this person, or I'm getting that, and then I watch TV, and if I'm the consumer, I'm watching TV, and 2 days later, no, we should get this, and you keep changing. I agree with you 100%, Ryan Ermanni. What he's done is called consistency. When someone consistently shows you something, especially in the good, you less and less and less and less have to start having opinions on things that person's dealing with. I'm like, nah, he's getting better and better. Panay Sewell. We can go back and forth about Mike and Panay, but Panay is going to be a Hall of Famer. That was a good draft. You start to see players late in that 2021 draft play well this year. You see this draft and see how many guys play well. Like, he's going to do a good job, and I'm basically echoing your sentiments. Like, let him do him. I still with like a defensive tackle or interior at 6. And I'm to the point now where I don't care about any other picks. I just want that one. But even with that one, Ryan, I'm not even 100% on that one anymore in terms of I need that. I was 171% now. I need that pick. 23%. I trust him. Other than that, he can do whatever.
Where's the other 6%?
On myself. On the trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving myself a chance to change my mind.
Very good.
Hey, I'm good. Whatever he takes.
The math didn't
as
happen.
long as he gets a quarterback in the first 4 picks that he has, I'm fine.
All right.
You got 4 picks early in the top 60? Get me a quarterback.
There you go. So Matt Miller, ESPN's 2-round mock draft. Give me a little music for this, okay? Just so I can get a little rhythm here, JB. The number 1 pick, the Colts trade up. The Colts trade up with Chicago. They swap 1 and 4. The Colts select Bryce Young, quarterback. At number 2, it's Will Levis at quarterback for the Houston Texans. Arizona goes with Will Anderson Jr. at 3. Jalen Carter at 4 to the Bears. So the Bears still get their player at 4 and the picks. Seattle Seahawks, Tyree Wilson, defensive end, Texas Tech. And the Detroit Lions with the 6th pick overall select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback, Illinois. Here's the write-up on Witherspoon. The top-ranked corner in the class goes to the Lions, and Witherspoon is exactly what the team needs as a physical, sticky cover man with instincts and ball skills. 6'1", 180, but he plays much bigger. Best open field tackler among the group of corners. Plus, he allowed just 2 completions over 20 yards all season to go with 3 picks. The Lions are another team that could trade back with a quarterback-needy club, but the risk there is sliding back too far and missing out on the top corner in the class with a league-high 6.2 yards per play. If the front office and coaching staff are aligned on Goff, continuing as the signal caller, this is the best move to improve the team. And they say that because after the Lions pick at 6, here's the next 3. Pete Skoronski, offensive tackle guard from Northwestern, going to the Raiders. Then it's Miles Murphy, defensive end, Clemson, at number 9. Here's 9 and 10. This is what excites me.
The Panthers.
Panthers select C.J. Stroud at 9. Philadelphia Eagles at 10. Bijan Robinson, running back.
That's who he's got him taking, huh?
Yep. And then he does not have, he's got Anthony Richardson going 16 to Washington. So interesting there. At 6, cornerback, top corner in the class.
I would dangle that to the Panthers.
See, this is at 6%. This is where the 6% comes in when looking at something like this. I'm going to give Brad Holmes credit. Let's say this happens. Give him credit. We just talked about him knowing what he's doing, him having a consistent track record over the last 2 years. You bring in Kirby Smart last year, 3rd round, plays tremendously well. I ain't gonna say tremendous, played really good for the Detroit Lions towards the end of the year. Same school as Devin Witherspoon, really good corner. Saw him a little bit in the Michigan game. Finalist, his DB coach, excellent coach. He just got another job. Illinois cornerback at 6. Like Illinois cornerback at 6. That's.
I mean, what quarterbacks are you playing in the Big Ten that?
That's what I'm saying. Like Michigan threw 3 passes against him. Like he looked great.
Right.
His stat line looked great because Michigan runs the ball and they don't throw that much against Illinois. So that's tough for me to accept Illinois cornerback at 6.
Here's what I can tell you. If C.J. Stroud is on the board at 6,
you gotta take him.
You either take him or trade the pick.
No, you take him.
I think you take him too. If
him.
C.J. Stroud is available, and he would be available here,
God,
man, that's a gift. You just say thank you and you move on.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
And then your 1st round pick. Look, this was a gift. You essentially got,
You traded Stafford for Goff and Stroud.
Come on.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, the good thing about this too is if you look at these mock drafts, everybody's gonna have a mock. There's still a bunch of mocks to come out because it's only what today is February. We're looking at the combine is it April 14th? March 28th, end of the month. You got a lot of time to see what's going to happen in terms of these times, what they're going to do, how they're going to test, how they're going to perform, how they really look. So I think something will transpire by then. Maybe this is something. Man, maybe this player can play, but I'm just Illinois cornerback
No way.
At 6, I said if he does that, that guy better have a pick 6 and a punt return this first game.
Can we just stick with it? Can we just stick with this for a minute,
please?
Because you've got 2 quarterbacks there that really are on the board. I mean, Anthony Richardson's going to be taken.
Yes.
A lot of people believe within the top 10 picks in the draft. To be honest with
quarterbacks are going to go.
4 quarterbacks in the top 10 of the draft. If one of those 3 are there, and Will Levis, who I just cannot stand, by the way. I don't know why I can't stand. This poor guy, I got something against him. He didn't do anything to me.
I've never seen analysts and professionals lobby so hard for a person that was so average statistically, but make up so many excuses for that.
Let's stick with Stroud for a minute, because I do believe Levis is going to be gone. One of those 2 are going to fall to 6. Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. One of those 2 are going to fall. That's my prediction.
I would rob Carolina like you would not believe.
Or at least you have to give the impression that you're going to take him, right?
Yeah.
You absolutely have to say, if he's there, I'm taking him. And then you can give me next year's first if you want.
Who did the Lions sign in the Tua draft? Right before the Tua draft, the backup quarterback they paid a lot of money to. He stayed here 1 year.
I forget.
Chase
Daniel.
Chase Daniel, basically dropping their pants, saying we're not taking a quarterback.
Right.
This regime won't do that.
I don't think they can. I don't think there's anybody out there that you're going to pay money to. You're going to draft a quarterback. It's just where. They will take a quarterback in this draft. It's just a matter of where and which quarterback. And again, if Stroud is at 6, I take him absolutely, and I don't even think twice about it. I run to the podium.
I just think
Stroud is there.
I just think nowadays, with the way the draft is, like there's no surprises in the draft. Like last year, obviously, Jameson Williams, the Lion being aggressive, going up 20 picks to draft Jameson Williams, like that was aggressive. That was something. That was a surprise.
I wonder where he would have went.
That
if
was
they
a
had
surprise.
not done that.
Couple probably somewhere in the next 6 picks after, somewhere in that. But that was a surprise. Now you know who first is, you know who second is. By the time the draft happens, 4 of the 5 deals are already done by the time the draft happens. So there's no excitement. So trying to sneak people, I don't think that works anymore. They did that in my draft. Like the Miami Dolphins were drafting it too. They talked about drafting me the whole draft. It was Nick Saban's first year. They talked about drafting the whole draft. Braylon Edwards, we like him a wide receiver, put him out there. So everyone thought that I was going to go to the Dolphins, 2nd overall. They fielded a bunch of different offers from teams. The Redskins now, the Commanders had 2 picks in the first round. Detroit Lions had 2 picks in the first round. And there was one other team that had 2 picks in the first round. So they didn't like the deals that they were getting. But when they drafted Ronnie Brown, everybody was like, what? Who? They knew they were going to draft Ronnie Brown back in last season. Nowadays, you don't see any surprise anymore. So trying to trick people, I don't know.
At number 18, the Detroit Lions, according to this mock draft on ESPN, Matt Miller selects Lucas Van Ness. He's a defensive end from Iowa. So there you have it. Most people here in Detroit would like the Lions to go defense. That's exactly what they've done here in this mock draft. After selecting the best corner in the draft at 6. Guys. The Lions are back on the clock looking to double down on defense. Van Ness is a raw pass rusher. Where have I heard that before? After playing sparingly at Iowa, but he performed well enough to notch 6.5 sacks in 2022, 7 sacks in 21. 6'5", 270-pound defensive end has shades of Trey Hendrickson to his game, which is why he's seen as a potential first-rounder despite not starting for the Hawkeyes. Bro, if you ain't starting for the Iowa Hawkeyes, you ain't starting for me at 18. I'm not picking you at 18.
I don't want any Iowa Hawkeye.
I don't want any Iowa. Yeah. So after...
Wait till you see the next pick.
Emmanuel Ford. Well, let me just say who goes after. Yeah. Who goes after. We'll do round 2 next.
Oh, God.
After Lucas Van Ness, who didn't even start at Iowa, Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback, Mississippi State. Jackson Smith-Njigba at 20. Would that be intriguing to you at all?
Who gets him?
Seattle.
Ooh.
Quentin Johnson, 22. Are you ruling out a receiver
for the Lions?
For the Lions,
we got to see what they're going to do with DJ Chark. I think that's what I think.
If Smith-Njigba's there with your second pick.
Oh yeah.
Christ.
I mean,
yeah.
Can you imagine Stroud, Smith-Njigba, and J-Mo?
And Amon-Ra?
And Amon-Ra inside?
One thing I would be careful about, with
Matt Millen, though.
Well, I will say with Lucas Van Ness, one thing about Iowa's D-line, with defense period, is always good. But their D-line, they always got players. I mean, look, last year, Kansas City Chiefs got George Karlaftis.
Terrific guy.
Monster player. You know what I'm saying? You see him a couple years back. But they've always had pretty good defense. Josie Jewell was there a couple years ago, and he's doing well for the Denver Broncos. Speaking of Sean Payton. Like, they rotate so many linemen. It's kind of like the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, yeah, there's some starters with the Eagles, but they rotate 9 linemen with the Eagles. So I think that Iowa's kind of like that, where he could be a player in the league, just, wrong system.
We'll get to the second round. The Lions do take a running back in the second round. Tell you who and from where. But first, a message from the Folding Warehouse.
All right, my friends, the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck, Michigan. Couple ways to play this game, football and bowling. $12. That's all it costs you to go for the entire day. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. If you got a bunch of people with you, they can put 10 or 12 people on a lane, and you can get it for 2 hours on your own. And the place gets crowded. So to have a place for your own, and for your own team, would be awesome. It only runs you less than $10 per person, $120 for that 2 hours. By the way, any drink you want, multiple full bars, and a beer menu second to none. Over 100 beers on the beer menu and the $2 mystery beer machine. Bring your own food in or have it delivered. Get your fold on at foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Now is the best time to join Planet Fitness.
It's the best time.
Find your big fitness energy at Planet Fitness, because now through February 16th, you can join for only $1 down and $10 a month.
Only $10?
Yes, only $10. But you have to hurry up because the offer ends soon. Remember, February 16th. Your fitness is essential, and fitness is a key part of your physical and mental wellness. Join In Club today, or you can always check them out at planetfitness.com. But don't go anywhere. Sorry to cut you off, Braylon, but I got to tell you about the Monroe Street Midway. The holidays are done, but the Midway is still going on strong. Get down there to enjoy the giant Arctic slide, the winter bumper cars, the indoor arcade, putt-putt, and of course, they have food down there as well. They are serving up burgers, pierogies, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies as well. And coming soon, we have the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics. You'll be able to compete with the likes of Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam Baydoun, Ryan Ermanni, the Mass, the heavyweights will also be down there as well for the Monroe Street Midway Games. Check it out at deckedoutdetroit.com for more information, and as always, we will see you at the Midway.
I wish y'all would have been looking at the chat when I made that comment just now. So I said I went too fast. But my apologies. George Karlaftis, Purdue. I was thinking of Tyler Lindenbaum, who's a center from Iowa. Excuse me.
That's Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Everything's Big Ten. I mean, the first 3 picks on here are Big Ten. Big Ten.
Wait till you see who's got the Lions picking next.
All right, here we go.
Hold on to your horses.
Here we go. If you are just joining us, we are talking about the Matt Miller ESPN 2-round mock draft. And in the first round, Matt Miller has the Lions taking defense, Devin Witherspoon, cornerback, Illinois at 6. And at 18, he's got them taking defensive end from Iowa, Lucas Van Ness. Here's where it gets interesting. And I love these 2-round mock drafts because you really see some names you recognize, get some depth.
By the way, Matt Miller joins us tomorrow.
Exactly.
So you guys want to give him a hard time. Tomorrow's the time for that.
Absolutely. So at 48, the Lions in the second round. This is really the first time we've seen a 2-round mock draft. At 48, he's got the Lions taking tight end from Iowa, Sam Laporta.
Back-to-back Iowa picks.
Tight end U.
3 picks in the Big Ten already.
The Lions traded T.J. Hawkinson to the Vikings in November and can add his replacement with a surprisingly available Laporta at this spot. He is a fantastic move blocker and stellar receiver over the middle and has enough after-the-catch ability to project as a starter. Laporta had just 5 touchdowns in college, but like his NFL comparison, Dawson Knox, he plays for the Bills, pretty good. Yeah. He looks to be a better pro than he is a college player. Let me stick with that for a minute. There's a lot of guys out there who are better pros than college players. Probably most NFL guys are better in the NFL than they are in college. And one of the guys just randomly that I'm thinking of, Stephon Diggs. I mean, Stephon Diggs was fine at Maryland, but Stephon Diggs is probably the best receiver of the game. Or at least top 3, top 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. So, like, basically what happens is some players back then, especially like with Stephon, is some players grow late. Some players transfer. Things happen. You get in the league. You get situated. Some players in the wrong system. You know, some you get to
you get coached up better.
Exactly. You get to NFL. You get coached up a little better. You get put in the right spot for you. You know, you may have been a number 1 receiver in college, but you were a number 3 receiver in the NFL, but you're a damn good number 3 receiver to the tune of Pro Bowl, etc. Sean Laporta is a damn good tight end. He's back-to-back Big Ten tight end player of the year. I think he was Big Ten tight end this year, Big Ten tight end the year before. Stats dropped a little bit this year because their offense was horrible. I mean, we watched the Michigan game. They didn't score a touchdown for the first 4 games of the year. But he's a damn good player. Like at 48, I don't know what they'll be doing before that if this holds up. He's a good player. But the only problem I have with this, the system that the Lions have built up so far, Jamison Williams is going to come on strong this year. He's going to have a big year. You look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's already had 2 very, very consistent years. He's their most consistent guy. DJ Chark, what did they do there? What did they do, et cetera? They don't need the Travis Kelce tight end the way they run their offense. Like, if you look at how the offense was constructed.
That's why they got rid of Hawkinson. They don't need him.
They don't need him. Zylstra scores touchdowns, and then Brock Wright won the game for him. Like, they have James Mitchell is young. He scored a touchdown in his first game. So the way that the offense is constructed, it goes through pass. Everything is receivers now, and then tight end for them, not to mention the run game and running it. So you got tight ends now. I don't waste a pick on tight end. I'm not saying Sam Laporta is a wasted pick, but I'm saying for how the Lions' offense is constructed, you don't need Sean Laporta or Sam Laporta.
All right, let me ask you this, guys.
He's a damn good player, though.
4 picks after the Lions select at 48. The Seattle Seahawks select Hendon Hooker, quarterback, Tennessee. Is there any thought there?
That's Easy's guy.
Is there any thought there, coming off a torn ACL? Now, look, Hooker is a 25-year-old guy. Hooker, and who's the Georgia quarterback? Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett and Hendon Hooker are the same exact age as Lamar Jackson. Okay? I mean, think about that for a minute.
I tread those tires.
So, are you taking Hooker there? I'm not. Hendon Hooker is not a guy that I would take.
His rookie deal ends at 30 years old.
Right. I mean, I'm not taking Hendon Hooker.
No, I'm not taking Hendon Hooker either.
And I love this is from me.
You bought him up 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, you were talking about Hendon Hooker. For me, you know, you're talking about a guy that's older. You're talking about a guy that had 1 good year, and well, a year and a half, if you will, but a year of people actually really knowing and really following and really sticking to it. You saw what he did this year to beat Alabama. But other than that, you're like, he's still an unproven, he's still an unknown. He's going to be 30, like you said, at the end of his deal. I'm not bringing him in there to be a backup that late. By the time he gets off the bench, he's 30. He's 29, so I just can't trust that old, that late with that injury.
So one of the guys that I want the Lions to take in this draft is Bijan Robinson. I just do. Sue me.
I think he's a top 5 guy on the board.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson is like my Malik Willis. Okay? Yeah. If I had to, and I don't want to put him in that category, but he's the guy to me that I want on this football team more than anybody, because I think my belief is that do what you do the best and make it even greater. And the Lions, if you're going to keep Jared Goff as your quarterback, you've got to protect him. And one of the ways to protect Jared Goff is to continue to be kind of a running team, a solidly top 10 running the football team. Bijan Robinson helps you do that. If they don't get Bijan, I like this pick at number 55 of the Matt Miller ESPN's 2-round mock draft. Jahmyr Gibbs, running back from Alabama. He's got the running back room in Detroit. Is highly dependent on Jamal Williams, who is hitting free agency as he turns 28. Williams might be back on a short-term deal, but DeAndre Swift hasn't developed into a true RB1 candidate. Gibbs, a fantastic receiver out of the backfield and a slashing runner who is compared to Alvin Kamara by one scout I talked to recently, although I see more Tony Pollard in him. Running back, Alabama, here with the second pick in round number 2.
I'm glad he cleaned that up, because I was going to say he's not Alvin Kamara. The Alvin Kamara running back in this draft is Tyree Spears. Yes. Tyree Spears. He's a Kamara running back. So when you're talking about the running back, Bijan Robinson is a damn good talent at the running back position. He catches the ball in the backfield. I think this year he had 364 yards receiving to go along with his 1,800 yards. But with those first-round running backs, the draft and picking like those guys, he's just always nervous. You know, you look at the guys that like Alvin Kamara was late-round pick. He was a second-round, third-round sneaky pick. Kamara was amazing. He was electric for the first 6-7 years he was in the league. A lot of these first-round picks, boom, we're going to get Christian McCaffrey. It was good this year. Got injured, kind of fell off for a little while. Was both a bad team. You look at Saquon Barkley. Well, before coming into this season, what were we talking about? Well, put Saquon on the market. You get a draft pick. You talk about Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook came out the first year, got hurt, then got hurt in year 4.
Supposedly he's going to be available.
They didn't use him. He should be available. They didn't use him last year. He was available last year too, Kevin O'Connell. But a lot of times with the first-round running back, it's a crapshoot. All the 5 running backs in the last couple years that you can remember have all been hurt, have all been threatened to get traded after 3-4 years. So I'm just hesitant in that first round with a running back talent. You can get Tyree Spears in the second round. You can get this guy in the second round, or a couple more. So
let me ask you guys a question. This is what I'm saying. This is because I feel like a lot of people are like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about offense in the first round. But if I told you, like in this mock draft, yes, they go defense. But if I said at 18, the Lions went with Bijan Robinson at 18 if he's there, and at 55, the Lions went with Keely Ringo, the cornerback from Georgia. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
What do we know?
But that's what I am. Yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying here. Just because
what cornerback is better than the other cornerback? We got Jeff Okudah here.
Right.
We took him with the number 3 pick.
But I'm saying just because, I keep saying offense in the first round, and again, my dream scenario in the first round would be C.J. Stroud at 6, and then Bijan Robinson at 18. That's my dream scenario. Or Smith and Jigba there, but I don't think our wide receiver is in need as much as running back is, because I think you do a couple of things by taking the running back. I think you protect Jared Goff, you really pound that offensive line, you keep other teams off the field, and you can play winning football that way. But again, you've got 2 picks in the second round. If you get Keely Ringo in the second round, are you all that disappointed?
No,
you got your defensive back.
I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed. He's 6'1". He's 6'1", 215, and runs 4.3. I'm definitely not disappointed at Keely Ringo. I think the big thing is with offense now. The game is offense. Offense. But then defense in the championship and the playoff rounds. I think I kind of see where you're going, Ryan. Where offense early. Get that. Make sure you can score those points. Make sure you can sustain those drives. Make sure you can keep other offenses off the field by how good your offense is, and then build the defensive players late in rounds. That's what it seems like they're trying to do.
There's a lot of great free agents. Too. If you don't get your running back, Ryan. You got Josh Jacobs. Tony Pollard coming off an injury. Obviously, your own guy, Jamal Williams. This is a great free agent running back class. what guys that are on here do not have a lot of mileage on them. I mean, because let's face it, guys like Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, he's
the
getting
Vikings
released.
are going to let him go.
Getting released.
He's going to get released.
That's what happens when you have to pay your quarterback $35-40 million, guys.
Exactly. So
That's why I
maybe
keep
you pick up
talking
the
about
piece.
this.
There's your piece.
I mean, the other thing about it too, can we talk about this as Detroit Lions? Well, fans for you guys, and me, maybe I'm a fan now, but the Lions. Okay, I'm a fan now. The Lions are in the best space that they've been in forever. So as we're watching the draft now, there's more talented players than there's ever been in terms of from top to bottom, first round to seventh round. The Lions have had 2 successful drafts. The Lions are 9-8. They're coming back from 9-8.
8-2.
They've got some really, really key players that are going to be here for a while. We're walking into a situation, Ryan, where we keep coming up with so different scenarios because the Lions are set up right now where they can win multiple ways, talking about offseason draft. Like, we'll be talking about a bunch of different scenarios, and a lot of them might play out their way because the Lions are in the best situation that they've ever been in, and there's that much talent in the draft. No particular situation is the only route that you can go to have a successful draft and successful offseason.
No doubt about it, guys. We can continue on with the NFL. Also want to get to this John Morant topic. Shannon Sharp essentially called him a thug. Right? Is that,
he said you're not a thug.
You're not a thug.
Right. Don't act
you're
like
not
one.
a thug. Don't act like one. So I want to get Braylon's response to that. There's a story going around.
I mean, you got to watch who you hang out with.
That's right. But first, a message from Les Stanford. Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. That's right. Les Stanford has expanded into Ferndale, a trusted name for over 50 years. Les Stanford, Buick, GMC, same great service that customers have come to know. Go check them out on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. Of course, looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac? LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big Super Party. Wait, we can't say Super. We really can't say. Come join us at our Super Party on Sunday, February 12th. From the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports Super Party, well, our Super Party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet. DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season. Enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
At Alta.
Uptime, it matters.
Uptime matters.
Yes, it
Alta
does.
Equipment has
Uptime.
everything you need to get the job done. Why don't you give Alta Rental a call today for your next big project? Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Guys, did you see this story about John Morant? So here it is. Following a game, I'm taking this from The Athletic. Following a game between the Pacers and Grizzlies on January 29th in Memphis, acquaintances of Grizzlies star John Morant aggressively confronted members of the Pacers traveling party near the team's bus in the loading area of the FedEx Forum. And later, someone in a slow-moving SUV, which Morant was riding in, trained a red laser on them. A Pacer security guard in the loading area at the time remarked, quote, "That's 100% a gun." One person who was present said, "We felt we were in grave danger."
Wow.
John Morant has said, "I'm not talking about it. It's false. It didn't happen." and the league is now looking into it. Shannon Sharpe.
What did he say? I'm protecting my energy?
Yeah, I'm protecting my energy. That's what he said. But pretty much Ja Morant dismissed this story as a nothing. Shannon Sharpe has talked about this incident and said, Maz, and you can help me out with this.
Of course.
And we can't play the audio for you. I'm so sorry. We just can't do it because of the regulations for YouTube.
Yeah.
He basically said, you are not a thug, Ja. Watch the company you keep. Do not hang with these people. You don't need anything from them. They need something from you.
You're $200 million. You're worth that. Your contract is worth $200 million. Those guys want what you have. You don't need what they have. And Braylon, I throw it to you. It's the company you keep. I go back to Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens, Super Bowl 35, one of the greatest defenses of all time. He could be in jail, but he's not.
Prison.
He could be locked away.
Not different.
From the people he was hanging out with. And now he is celebrated in the NFL. You have to be careful who you hang with. And I know you know this.
Yeah, you definitely have to be careful of the company that you keep. You know, when you get into the NFL, or when you get into entertainment, when you get into that world, they're investing a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of eyes on you. It's a lot of things on you. You know, you're trying to build your legacy for the future, for your kids and generations to come. It's tough, but it is tough with our community, and I mean the black community. I tell you why. A lot of that started, in terms of urban city kids, like mothers working two, three jobs, dads not necessarily being around, if you will. So the hood, the neighborhood, the area raised the kids. You had people that had looked out for each other, had each other's backs. Basketball players, different. Always taken care of by the neighborhoods. Like, never let them fight. Never let them get into things. These are the guys that you protect. But the guys that are protecting them aren't necessarily the most, the best characters, if you will, the best type of people, if you will, and you grow up with that. You also see that now with the rap game. Like, these rappers now, they're not the rappers that were Tupac and, those guys who grew up in that era. These guys are basically rapping about stuff that they aren't particularly doing. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with Ja. You got to be careful. If you go down, like if they take you down, for what? Same thing that Shannon Sharpe said. You're a $200 million corporation right now. You're going to let this guy take you down? I understand. He may have held you down when you were in high school. He may have bought you some Jordans when you're in 8th grade. These people may have been around you and protected you when you're in high school. But if this is not how they're going to conduct themselves, as they know what you are, as they know what you represent, you got to cut ties. You got to cut ties. I understand. You don't owe people that will bring you down. Like, when people get to the point where, you know what, I appreciate what you did. I gave you a shot to be around me as I'm trying to ascend to this mountain, but you're showing me that you don't want to go on a mission with me, and it's going to be a longer climb with you. So you got to cut these people go.
I almost feel like, what do you think of T. Morant, too, Ja's dad? Yeah. This guy's my age. 45 years old, and I see him at these arenas chirping and all this stuff.
Yeah. He's like Ball.
Like at some point, don't you just have to take a step back and let your kid kind of take the spotlight? And I feel like LeVar Ball, you don't see him anywhere. He kind of,
he did.
He did.
Yeah,
but then he took a step back.
Two things on that. You're absolutely correct. T. Morant does too much. T. Morant does too much. Even when the whole situation was going on with Shannon at Crypto, it's like, why do you feel the need to play mediator? You're Ja Morant's dad. You're not the team liaison. But with T. Morant, it's similar to Gloria James. And I mean this in all due respect. Remember Gloria James, LeBron's mom back in the day, how she was on the sideline, how she was cutting up, yelling at refs, cursing at players. And I remember specifically it was a Spurs game that I think it was a Christmas game, in fact, where she's right up under the basket and she says something to the effect of something. And you see LeBron say, sit the F down. That's what he had to tell his mom. His mom had been wilding at games for like the first 4 years of his career. Finally, LeBron had to talk with his mom, and he put his mom in the suite. LeBron's mom wasn't down anymore. If you notice, she's never on the court. She's always in the suite or wherever. But LeBron made that decision. You know, it wasn't the Cleveland Cavaliers. It wasn't. LeBron had to grow up, mature, and say, "Look, I love you, Mom, but you got to pipe down. You got to chill." Ja's gonna have to have that conversation with T. Morant. It's gonna be on Ja's maturation process to make that comment, because nobody else can, because he's the superstars of that franchise's father. Like Gloria James was the superstar of the league's mother, so they can't step in. It's got to come from John Morant.
Well, I'm just saying, I'll just go to Plexico Burress. After the Giants won the Super Bowl, he walks into a club with his gang, and he has a gun with him in his sweatpants. He winds up injuring himself. The gun goes off.
Yeah.
Why are you doing these things? If you're an athlete and you've hit it, you have made it. Why are you doing these things? I don't understand it. I can never wrap my head around it. And the tight end for the Patriots, Aaron Hernandez. What the hell?
But man, what happens with that is people think that once you go from high school to college and now all of a sudden you're in the NFL or NBA or and you have all this money, people assume that as soon as you walk across the stage or your name gets called and you sign that big deal, that you instantly can forget about the first 22 years of your life. Like, a lot of people grew up this way. Like, you grew up doing these things. Like, it's a part of who you are. You grew up hanging with these people. Like, these are my boys. Y'all telling me I got to leave these dudes? Man, the hell with you. This is my ride or die. I don't know y'all. I know them. People, it's hard for people to see that just because you make, like, as soon as you jump in the league, you get paid, you just shed old ways. Money doesn't make you shed old ways. Money doesn't make you shed old beliefs and thought processes. So I think people have gotten better at picking the right people, and it kind of started with LeBron, how he picked Maverick, how he picked Rich Paul, how he picked Randy, and started that and said, no, this ain't an entourage. No, this ain't a clique. This is my business partners. It's getting better, but it's still hard to just jump around, get paid, and after 22 years of a life or 19 years of a life and be like, oh, I got money, I'm going to instantly turn into a CEO and do things the right way. Sometimes it's tough.
Well said, Braylon Edwards. We're going to get back to the NFL. We'll do it next, but first a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Lady Jane's, an award-winning haircut experience. You can also register for once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area, many more nationwide. Wherever you are listening or watching, there is a Lady Jane's near you. You can find one. Do it now. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Downtown Detroit is all decked out this season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway's got the giant slide, the winter bumper cars, and of course, that indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab a drink at the Lodge before or after any Pistons or Wings home game. Shop, eat, and play downtown anytime with Decked Out Detroit, and of course, check them out at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Having a lot of fun on the broadcast today. Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Tom Mazawey. We got Fletch, we got JB. How you fellas doing today? I've not checked in with you yet, JB. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. How you guys doing?
You're doing real fine.
Excited.
Doing fine.
SummerSlam is here.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to be there, I'm
JB
sure.
wants a media credential for that.
All right. I'm sure we can get one.
We'll make it. I'll definitely be there.
Fletch, how you doing, big guy?
I'm all right.
Living a dream?
Yes.
All right.
Pitchers and catchers are in a week. He's excited.
Yes.
Pitchers and catchers.
I want
about
baseball
that, huh?
season back.
1 week to baseball.
1 week to baseball?
Damn. Where were we with this LeBron James stuff? I bring it up on purpose every week just to piss you off.
He could be tonight.
It's 39 points.
I know, but he's going to get
36.
But we called it. He'll get like 25
He's
tonight.
going to get 30 tonight, and then he'll do it in the first quarter against Milwaukee.
Yeah, he'll do Milwaukee on Thursday. That's we hit it on the head. Jabbar's two teams, the Bucks and the Lakers. They're playing at Staples or whatever the hell you want to call it now, and on Thursday.
We've been talking about it for so long. It's still crazy that he's going to break the record. I mean, you can talk about why he's breaking it. You can talk about blah, 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 this,
No
that,
doubt.
third. It's still crazy that this record is being broken. You talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar broke it and then played for another 8 years after he broke the record. So the fact that LeBron is doing this, you have to give credit where credit is due.
This should be unbreakable after this.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think it should be too. Yeah, nobody's playing this long. Tom Mazawey, let's go around the NFL, shall we?
You got it, man. Now, we all like to put a little wager down on the Super Bowl, and one of the best sucker bets, of course, is who's going to win the coin toss. I'm going to give you this little hint. If you're a team, you don't want to win the coin toss, and this is why. The last 8 teams that won the coin toss have lost the Super Bowl.
Say that again.
The last 8 teams that won the coin toss has lost the Super Bowl.
Wow. So you don't even have to watch the game.
It's over.
You know what you should do now that you can
look at that. It's almost split.
You know what you could do now that you can live bet? You can just wait until you see who wins the coin toss.
There you go. And slam it.
And then just hammer it.
Hammer.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Heads and tails. It's like 5-3.
And then it's on the other
It's
side.
almost dead down the middle.
Yeah, right. Almost.
Can we bring up something that we talked about in the first hour? You talked about, and it relates to this though. You talked about the kumbaya and talking about it's not a rivalry anymore, or it's not a match where they hate each other and they're building up and everybody's friends. Remember last year? I just thought about this. Remember last year what Joe Burrow was doing? Joe Burrow was going up to everybody during the game. Hey, what's going on, Vaughn? Big fan of yours. How's it? Remember? Hey, Big Donald, how you doing? He was speaking to all the defensive players in like the first series, kind of like the pregame warm-up, etc., trying to not get killed. But the only reason I will be okay with that for him, that offensive line was horrible. I'd have been out there trying to be nice to those guys too.
Remember the kicker too, McPherson?
Yeah.
Came out and watched the halftime instead of staying in the back. They asked, who'd they ask that? Oh, Nick Sirianni. They asked Nick Sirianni, you think Jason Elliott is going to be in the back? He's going to be out at halftime watching. He's like, nope, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. My kicker will be with us, Jake Elliott.
Yeah,
so that was pretty funny last year.
How about that?
You got Rihanna this year.
Yeah, we do. Rihanna, shout out to Rihanna. Jay-Z's been working his magic behind the scenes the last couple years. Last year, halftime show, epic, and then this year with Rihanna,
who's she gonna be? Is she just doing it on her own, or is she gonna have some collabs? Because I thought that the natural collab would be Eminem, but he was out last year.
It's the second time. She's definitely got to have collabs, and the reason why is she's been off the scene for a while as it relates to music.
I was surprised.
She's been doing
Fenty.
She's been doing the Puma. She's been doing all that. She's been a mother. She's a mother now. So try to hold a whole halftime show after you haven't really been in the groove of things. Nah, they're gonna have.
Looks like she wants to make a comeback.
She's not much of a dancer either. I mean, she's not. She's a singer, which I love. I don't need all that.
She dances, but it's a little too provocative for the Super Bowl. We don't want another Janet Jackson situation.
I wouldn't mind J-Lo and Shakira again, though.
Hey. Oh, did you watch that documentary?
No.
On J-Lo?
No.
Oh yeah, it's on HBO or Netflix or something. She did not want to do it with Shakira.
She didn't?
She did not want to do it with Shakira.
Why?
Because she thought she was big enough on her own.
Oh, for God's sake.
I know.
Did you see Ben Affleck the other day with her?
Yeah.
Benifer?
Yeah,
he didn't want to be there.
He didn't want to be there. You know what? I don't blame him
No.
for not wanting to be there. He just wanted to, can we go home yet?
Right.
And they caught him so many times, her talking to him, like basically saying, shut up.
Now, according to a lip reader, and I can understand why the lip reader says this, Ben Affleck has had trouble with alcoholism in the past.
Yeah.
You can read her lips. And again, I'm not a lip reader, but I'm just taking this guy's word for it. And now that I've seen the video, I can see it. She said, don't drink. Oh. So, I mean, I thought he was maybe pissed that he couldn't have a drink.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows?
People are dealing with all kinds
they
of
are.
stuff.
Yeah.
God
There's so
bless them.
much going on.
It is. There's a lot going on. Everybody's,
Hey, remember we thought Brian Flores finally going to get a break, and maybe be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Just yesterday we mentioned it. He was a finalist.
Not me.
Not me. He is now been named the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin O'Connell, I think he got himself a hell of a coach here.
Yeah,
He's back, man.
I'm happy with this. Okay, let me phrase it like this. One, as a Detroit Lions new fan, I don't like this. Because one of the things about Minnesota, they're very dysfunctional on defense. So if you're the Detroit Lions or you're the NFC North, you don't like that hire because it's a damn good hire for the Minnesota Vikings. Now, looking at it as whatever you make of it, Kwesi Adolfo is the GM for the Minnesota Vikings. He's a black man. Mike Tomlin's the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's a black man. You notice the thing? I told you, Brian Flores is not getting another head coaching job. If I was him, I would hold on to this job as long as I could.
The problem with that, though, too, is
I believe this puts him back.
I think Kevin O'Connell is just trying to hire the best guy for the job, too, for a defensive coordinator. You know, I mean, if you got an opportunity to hire Brian Flores to be your defensive coordinator, you're going to do it, right? Regardless. I mean, he's the best guy for the job, regardless of color.
No,
right?
very true. But I'm pointing out, like, the last two places he's been, the people that are hiring for the most part, the GM is hiring as well as Kevin O'Connell, and he's a damn good defensive coordinator.
I have a hard time thinking any defensive coach is going to get hired for it. Now, Brian Flores is a completely different story, but I mean, I just have a hard time believing any defensive coach
it's not happening.
Is going to get hired for a head coaching job, unless you're some like Bill Belichick. If he left, I mean, he'd probably get a job. But I mean, it's a very unique example. But I just think if you're a defensive coordinator, if you're a defensive guy, and again, I don't think you're getting a job.
No, you're right. I mean, you look at the defensive-minded head coach that went the furthest in playoffs this year. It was Sean McDermott. He was out after the second round. They only had 3 defensive minds in the playoffs period, or two or three.
I think
it was 2.
Pete Carroll. 7 of the 8 coaches that played in the divisional round were offensive guys.
Yeah.
You know, all 4 of the Final 4 teams were offensive head coaches.
It'll change again.
It probably will, but right now anyway, it's an offensive game.
I believe Brian Flores is going to be back on the market again now, becoming a defensive coordinator. I think he was hidden before.
Yeah.
It was just hey, let me keep you in the NFL type job. Yeah. Now he's got a real job.
No, he does. He definitely has a real job. He's a defensive coordinator, but being a coordinator has never been the problem. Like, that's never been an issue. There's a ton of defensive coordinators that have been black, or offensive coordinators that have been black. But as it relates to moving up, and especially after you sued the league, like, you made your bed without.
Let me say this, though, too, because somebody's pointing out in the chat that D'Amico Ryan just got hired in Houston. I do believe that's a unique example, though, because he's one of Houston's favorite sons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That franchise is so friggin' bad. That's like bringing Alan Trammell, though, back to coach the Tigers. Not saying that you know, the only reason he's there is because he played for the team. But if he didn't play for the team, who knows if he would have gotten hired there? You need to bring a guy in that has a ready-made fan base, essentially.
Yeah, D'Amico Ryans is probably the 3rd most statistical player in Houston Texans history, only behind J.J. Watt and Andre Johnson. You know, it would be DeAndre Hopkins, but got injured and left. So, I mean, they bring him in. He knows his stuff. Did you see the welcome meeting, by the way, when he came in there?
Yeah.
Didn't that look exciting?
Yeah.
I was like, this just in. Texans are going from worst to first.
Right.
That looked
They got a lot to work with.
Yeah,
no doubt.
They got a lot to work with. I know we got to take a quick break.
Yep.
But a quickie. Peyton Manning said he had a chance to go to any team he wanted when he left the Colts. And he stayed in the American Conference just to have a rivalry continue with Tom Brady.
That's from Ari Mayrov. Peyton Manning tells Tom Brady he purposely stayed in the AFC after leaving the Colts because of the rivalry. I could have easily gone to a couple of NFC teams. I played against Tom a bunch, and I knew eventually you're going to have to play them. Let me at least try to earn it. I don't buy this.
I do.
I think it's a lie.
No, I think Peyton tells it like it is. What's he got to lie about?
Peyton's not a liar. Like, I've known him for some years because my brother Mark was playing with him, but this is him. He's telling the truth. And it goes back to the conversation we were having last week when we were talking about Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, you know, not wanting to go to the AFC, or why would they? I said they're competitors. I said they come from that era where it's like, I'm the GOAT. You think you the GOAT. Like, why am I scared of some guys got one championship or don't have any championship? Why the hell am I scared of Justin Herbert? He can't win a playoff game. Like, that's the era they come from, is that competitive level. So I can definitely see they were connected at the hip. Like, when you thought Peyton, you thought Tom. You thought Tom, you thought Peyton. If you like Tom, I hate you because I like Peyton.
Yeah.
They were connected at the hip, and I will believe this. I believe that.
Wait till you hear what I got to tell you about Trent Dilfer.
Okay, we're going to do that next. First, a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
Yes, sir. 27 locations across Metro Detroit, 2 right here on Woodward Avenue. And you know what the deal is. You got to look good, get that skin looking good, get that vitamin D. So you got to get the Chili Peppers. If you join the Pepper Club, they'll beat all competitors by $5 on unlimited tanning. And you get the cleanest salons in the D. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters, ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Cintron World is an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages and premium bottled waters. Cintron is fashionable, functional, and fun. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, then look no further, because Cintron is your choice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, do you like meat? Anybody?
Of
do you
course.
like meat?
Who don't?
Okay, here you go. This is just lasting a couple of days. I have the contest for you. Fairway Packing Company, okay? 1 week only. The playoffs are here, and Fairway Packing is giving away a special bundle to one lucky winner. One lucky fan is going to win Fairway's Wagyu Sampler Package totally free. It's a $600 value.
Oh, man.
Wagyu Sampler includes Imperial Wagyu fillets, boneless ribeyes, boneless New York strips, burgers, plus Good Charcoal's premium hardwood lump charcoal. The Wagyu Sampler Package includes some of Imperial Wagyu beef's best steaks. You can enjoy the finest American Wagyu on the market. All you have to do is visit the Woodward Sports Twitter. Find the contest graphic for details on how to enter. So go to the Woodward Sports Twitter, find the graphic for how to enter this contest, and we will pick the winner live during this show on Friday. This is a huge deal. I am going to enter.
How special is Wagyu?
It's
I've never had one.
It's beyond anything. You know, you go to any of these great steak houses that we have, and they're using this meat.
Yeah.
This is where they get it from. It's Fairway Packing.
Wow.
And they'll charge you crazy amounts for it, but this you just go right to the
source.
To the source.
Yeah.
It is incredible. I can't impress upon you enough.
My mouth is watering right now.
I know. If you just go to fairwaypacking.com's website too, I mean, just some of the steaks, just the visuals on there. I love this stuff. I can't speak highly enough of it. My goodness. Jeez.
So Emmett will come on with us and pick a winner?
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
All right.
We can definitely do that.
You get excited when we read Fairway.
Dude,
man.
you get me
excited.
Because there's nothing better than this to me. There's nothing better than this to me.
It's so funny, like when you're younger, Or when you're a kid and what I mean by kid, I mean from birth to 27, 28. No, but it's funny, like, your appreciation of food, if you will. Like, when you ate steak as a kid, like, any steak was good.
Right.
Like, if your mom made it, or you going out made steak better because you're out of the house, you're at a restaurant, and your mom or your dad make a steak, it's good, it's a great steak. When you start getting older, you start understanding cuts. You start to understand the value of like when you get older, a steak is an experience.
That's right.
Then you start to change the way you like steak prepared when you get older.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Matt, what's going on with Trent Dilfer?
Hey, like I told you guys before, the Bullies of Baltimore, 30 for 30 came out on Sunday on ESPN, and it was talking about the old Baltimore Ravens that wiped out the Giants in Super Bowl 35. And they were one of the best defenses. Could be the top defense. You put them up there with the 85 Chicago Bears.
I bet I know what your favorite part of the whole documentary was.
What is it?
Just watching Goose the whole time.
Goose was my man. He's a Jersey boy. I was hanging on
every word that Goose said.
Rest in peace, Goose.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Anyway, so it got the people talking, and Trent Dilfer. Remember Dilfer's Dimes on ESPN? This guy was great on television.
It was
phenomenal analyst, breaking down plays, and I don't know how he got in trouble or whatever. Then he went into high school coaching.
How did he get in trouble?
Because he demanded money from ESPN. Like he
wanted the jet.
Yeah,
like
he wanted
Herb
the
Street.
jet.
That's how he wanted the Herb Street jet.
Okay.
Yep.
There was some other stuff too.
And he got in trouble coaching high school.
Yeah, he put his hands on the player last year.
So he's been in a little hot water. He comes out during his interview, and they got a bunch of the Baltimore Ravens there, and he basically says, "I'm not impressed with today's game. Hey, Brady's great, Rodgers is great, but you know what? You don't get hit anymore like you used to. Try doing what they do, getting hit, and the rules have changed. They protect quarterbacks more." He dissed today's game.
Yeah. Which is fine, but where you lose me is you diss Tom Brady. And who are you, Trent Dilfer? What have you done? Diss Tom Brady and even Aaron Rodgers. I mean, come on. Yeah. They gift wrapped a world championship for you because of the defense, not because. Well, how about this? Nobody was impressed with you in your game, Trent Dilfer. I don't know how you discount what. I'm not impressed. Brady, not impressed with him. Screw you.
Trent Dilfer fits the mold of what you see with the 80s basketball players. How they're always dissing this game, if you will. And some of it, you understand the differences of the game. Yes, hand checking, they're a lot more aggressive. Or, Trent Dilfer, like those guys were getting creamed in the pocket. I get that. But at the same time, Trent, like I'm tired of these 80s guys just going at the games today. Just be happy you played. Don't be mad that you got drafted in the first round out of Fresno State and everybody thought you were going to be a damn good quarterback. Right. And it did not end up working for Mad's favorite uniforms, the creamsicles for you. Now you got to bounce around a little bit. Then you end up sneaking the Super Bowl and then got let go right away as well. And then you play, my rookie year, I had Trent Dilfer. Horrible experience. But don't be that guy. Just have your career was your career. It was what it was. Don't look at someone else's career in a different era and compare it to yours. And now you're jealous. Now you're that guy. Now you're insecure about. Bro, they're great. Aaron Rodgers is great in the regular season. Tom Brady, you should have snuck that in there. Tom Brady is great. How do you hate on greatness? Great players, great eras. As the era changed, they're great in this era. They also would have been great in that era too.
I just don't understand why they attack it. It's just. Almost feels personal.
He's just a hater.
He's saying what he feels.
Hater. He almost feels
he's a
personal.
Hater.
Almost feels personal.
I guarantee you, if he had a level of sustainable success throughout his career, because he got drafted in 89, 88.
I don't remember.
All right, 80, whatever. If he would have had sustainable success, maybe a couple Pro Bowls, maybe 20,000 yards passing, maybe a couple more appearances, he wouldn't be hating. But you look at his career numbers, and then you look at him getting removed off ESPN. Everywhere he's gone, it's just,
flame on.
Yeah,
Johnny Storm.
Hey, I got one other draft note here for you. The 33rd team, which we've kind of, gotten used to looking at. I love this Twitter follow. The 33rd team put out something the other day on the Texans, the Houston Texans, sitting at the number 2 pick, and they could draft a defensive player in Will Anderson from Alabama and sign a free agent quarterback like Derek Carr. What are your thoughts on that? instead of drafting their quarterback.
This is very easy to me. Very easy. If you don't believe in any one of these quarterbacks, do not take them. You see what happened with the Jets. It's a wasted pick. I have a feeling that Trey Lance might be a wasted pick. We see what's happening here. If you are not sold on these quarterbacks, do not take them. But that is up to the talent evaluators of the Houston Texans. To me, Will Anderson is the closest thing to Micah Parsons that you will have. A game wrecker there. I think Jalen Carter is also, there's two can't-miss players in this draft, and both of them are on the defensive side of the ball. Both of them are going to be taken in the top 4 of this draft. Outside of that, I think it's a crapshoot.
I agree with Will Anderson. What were we saying about Will Anderson last year? I'll start there.
That he probably peaked last year.
Well,
college-wise.
I think
last season we were saying he was the number one
pick in the draft last year.
Exactly. We were saying he was the best talent. He's been the number 1 pick. He said he's already come back next year. We say he'll be front runner for the Heisman.
We were dreaming that the Lions could take him.
We were like, yeah, exactly. So we were talking about this guy in that light last year and even this year. The year was a little off this year, but he's still a damn good player. If we believe that about that, if most people believe that, if the scouts, the analysts are talking about how good this guy is, why not take him there? Derek Carr is a quarterback. You've seen quarterbacks leave situations that they've been in for years recently and go to new teams and have new life. Ryan, you brought this up on Friday when we were at Majors. You get that new life. Derek Carr is a good guy. He's a good leader.
His brother played there.
First ever pick of the Houston Texans.
They forgot to draft linemen when they drafted him. Yeah,
poor David Carr was a sacrificial lamb.
I mean, why not? As you're trying to get this thing back rolling on the right foot, Derek Carr's a damn good quarterback. Will Anderson is going to be a player for the rest of his life with the Texans. He's one of those type of players. When you draft him, I'll never see Micah Parsons playing for another team.
And DeMeco Ryans is your head coach.
Your head coach. So I'm fine with that, man. I think you see games. You see what Matt Stafford did out there with LA. You see what Tom Brady did. And now it's just about putting talent around him as well.
I think it's a great idea. All right, guys, I got to get a break. First, a message from Guardian Alarm, your local security experts, customized solutions from real experts, 24/7 professional monitoring and technology backed by people. Call this number right here, 1-800-STAY-OUT. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Winter time in Detroit is always better and, of course, more comfortable with comfort foods from Big Boy. Let's start you off with that Cajun chicken Alfredo or the classic meatloaf, or if you want to start your day off the way you want to start it off with a great breakfast, you got the stuffed potato pancakes and those omelets, the Blockbuster, the Santa Fe Garden, and the Lumberjack. Get to your local Big Boy and try them all.
All right, Braylon, you were not here yesterday when we talked about Kyrie Irving getting traded. Just as we wrap up the show today, Kyrie got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. I know you know that, but just saying.
Yeah, he did. Initially, I think this is good for all parties involved. I think it's good for Kyrie Irving. I think to get out there, get in Dallas, get around another star in terms of Luka Doncic, get something different. I think he get a chance to work with somebody. I think that's the one thing now. We saw him be a better teammate this year. Obviously, he's trying to get paid, but so what? I mean, he's playing well. He's trying to be a better teammate. I think this can help complete Kyrie, or start to complete Kyrie in terms of mentoring a layer that's going to be one of the best players ever. Like Luka's arguably the best player in the NBA right now, but I think working on his game, Kyrie is amazing as a player, so I think working with him would be good. I think it's also be good for Luka. I think Luka will pick up some things. I think Luka's going to be even more dangerous. But the Dallas Mavericks win regardless. Because if Kyrie plays well and it works, pay the man, pay him, and it's easy. If it doesn't work, you can cut him, you can get rid of him, or you can filter out deals for him. I think the Dallas Mavericks and Mark Cuban, they did one with this one. I like it.
Now, here's the kicker. The Nets had a few offers. The Clippers wanted them. The Suns wanted them. The Suns were going to trade CP3 and Jay Crowder and picks. I would have taken that deal. If I'm the Nets, I know CP3 is up in age.
Yeah.
But you get a point guard for another great point guard, and you're putting him with KD. It might work.
You win the East with that.
I think you do.
Nah.
You're not going to win with Spencer Dinwiddie.
That's fine, but at the same time, they're still trying to see what they're going to do. They're still fielding moves. I don't even believe the Nets are now in this for this year or for next year.
They're not, but they could have been.
Yeah, Chris Paul is going to be injured at least. He's going to miss 23, 24 games a year. He's decent in the playoffs, but he's not the guy to get you over the hump. We've seen him in the playoffs.
But I only need him this year because they're not going to win anymore after this year. They're done.
Yeah,
I would have kept Kyrie and tried to win a championship.
Jay Crowder's a system guy. He's a decent player, scrappy on both ends of the court, but I wouldn't have done it.
Well, they didn't, obviously. And the Phoenix Suns have their new owner. He got Matt Ishbia, 29 out of 30 votes. The owner said, "Yep, let's bring him on in." There was only one guy that didn't vote.
You like that?
Who was that?
There was only one guy that didn't vote.
I kind of like it.
Dan Gilbert.
I like both
Dan
guys.
Gilbert
I
abstained from voting for his counterpart in Matt Ishbia.
Why would he abstain, in your opinion? Just ask. I mean, it could be a simple answer.
They're rivals. I don't think they. We just talked about having rivals. Dan Gilbert.
I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too. Dan Gilbert said,
and I like both guys. I like both guys, but that's how the game is played.
Yeah, but one team's in the West, one team's in the East. Both guys went to Michigan State. Yeah, like one guy's like the older guy. This is the new guy. I'm gonna bring you.
You don't like the new guy.
Yeah, but no
jealousy.
If I'm if I'm 25 billion in, and one of the young guy that went to Michigan is now the new billionaire. He's 10, 11 billion in. Like, I'm bringing him up because the more money he makes, the more money I make. Like, we're friends.
I agree.
It's Michigan.
I agree with you, but that ain't how they work.
Typically, Michigan State works together.
I mean, they kicked Gilbert out, so I don't think he cares about Michigan State.
This is true.
I don't know. Maybe he does. But you know, one of the things about it is, like, I think they even have a thing now too, where if you work for one, you can't. Like
you can't leave and go work for the other one?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know how.
So they have a non-compete.
What do I know?
Yeah,
but I don't know how that works.
They should do like an annual like football game or annual.
Hey, Wings and Oilers tonight. You get to watch Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid, 150 points.
How about that?
I get so mad when sports has players that are so good, but their teams or their leagues don't promote them the way they should. The stuff that Connor McDavid has been doing over the last 5 years is nothing short of insane.
Is Kenny Holland still in charge over there?
Yes. He was last year.
Look at that. For Kenny Holland.
He was last year. Connor McDavid's amazing.
Did you see any of the NHL All-Star game?
So I watched Friday night.
Those
I watched the skills challenge. I did see my boy DL put up the hat trick.
Got the hat trick.
I saw the hat trick by D.
Natural, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he had them. So do you like how they do the games?
No.
How they split them
up? I
up?
don't like anything about it.
I don't like it. It sucks.
I used to love the NHL All-Star game. Now it's unwatchable to me.
Everything sucks. Everybody's trying to figure out a system. It's like the flag football game.
Bray, get us out of here. I got to go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Yo, hell of a show by you guys. Glad to be back. We're back at it, rocking.
I've never seen two guys that can't hold their pee. Who cares?
I didn't even go to the bathroom today.
Baby.
I didn't go to the bathroom today.
Both of you guys, they're like camels.
Man, you get us out of here since you're already talking. You get us out of here.
No, I'm not getting us out of here.
Hell of a week coming up, man. 3 days left at it. I'm excited, man. Let's get some Pistons in here, man. I say that at the end of every show.
Feel free.
Psych.
We'll talk about a 401 tomorrow.
Hey, Matt Miller tomorrow from ESPN.
Yeah.
He's the guy that had us drafting all those players we talked about today, getting that tight end from Iowa.
Pistons talk at 401.
Oh, God.
405. Hey, hell of a job by you, Fletch. JB, Maz, Ryan, I am Braylon, and this is Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.